Hip Hop and R&B's right here on 103.5 The Beat with Papa Keith, and I have the honor of a second interview from possibly our future mayor in the city of Miami. Miss Eileen Higgins is in the building.
Well, hello. How's everybody?
Great. Welcome back. I want to start by saying first, congratulations.
Thank
on
you.
a handily win. You know, you got the biggest turnout and response, and I know it was a lot of hard work and a lot of effort involved, so I just wanted to congratulate you on that.
Well, thank you. We spent a lot of weekends out covered in sunscreen and bug spray, knocking on people's doors all across the city of Miami, making sure we were listening to neighbors, finding out what they cared about, what they love about the city, what they'd like to see improve about the city, and then I got to explain why I hope to lead them and the things that are important to me as the next mayor of the city of Miami. And I was very honored to receive the largest number of votes on last Tuesday. Yeah.
Yes. So with that being said, now you have to go on a runoff. And so I want you to explain to my audience what that is. You know, we assume that everybody should know what a runoff is, but can you please explain what a runoff is and why is it so important to you?
Well, runoffs are an interesting way we conduct elections in our local elections. So anybody can run in the first round. We don't have primaries. And in this particular case, last week for the general or the first election, there were 13 people running. And what happens is you have to get 50% plus one. You want somebody to win that has the majority of the voters. And if you don't, the top two candidates go to the runoff.
Yes.
I like that because it could be you could have two Democrats going to the runoff. You could have two Republicans going to the runoff. You could have one of each. But the top two people head into the runoff, and that's what's going to happen on December 9th. So City of Miami residents, you do have to remember to go to the polls one more time because the future of our city, it's in your hands.
Absolutely.
What the direction is.
So explain some of the surroundings. Is there going to be early voting?
Yeah. So anybody that gets a vote by mail ballot, don't worry. That will be showing up probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. You can just drop that in the mail. It's already pre-addressed. You don't even need to find a stamp, which is good because it's coming out the week before Thanksgiving, and you probably need to be grocery shopping rather than at the post office. So please just drop that in the mail as quickly as you can. There's going to be 3 days of early voting. We'll have sites all over the city, places that were really popular, Charles Hadley Park and the Carrie Meeks Center, Legion Park, Stephen P. Clark. We've got voting in the Grove, basically all over the city. And that's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 5th, 6th, and 7th. During early voting, you can go out anywhere you want. Doesn't matter. You can vote where you live, near where you live, near where your kid goes to school, near where you work.
Right.
On Election Day, which is Tuesday the 9th, you have to go to your polling location. So that's the one day you have to go to the location assigned on your voter registration card.
But we are encouraging people to do the early voting.
Yeah, of course.
Just,
get out there.
Life happens, certain things happen. Please, I'm encouraging you as founder of Just Vote Period to please utilize the early voting. It just alleviates any issues, excuses that could come up and things that may happen. Like I said, lives. So please utilize the early voting opportunity for all of those amazing people that are registered to vote. What I've noticed too, and what has been a big problem for me from, just watching it from the Just Vote Period lens, is that we have a lot of people who are registered to vote, which are great, but they're not coming out to vote. This is something that I've been trying to tackle, for some years now. What do you think it is,
Well, I think in these off-year elections, sometimes it's hard for an election to even be noticed, right? There's only one thing on the ballot. In this case, for most residents of the city of Miami, it's just the mayoral race. It's a big deal in the city of Miami, but that's the only race. When we have even number elections, right, then you get great voter turnout. You get 80% voter turnout for the gubernatorial or the presidential years. And so one of the top things I'm going to do as mayor is make sure we move our elections to even number years. That makes it much more likely that every voter knows about the election because you've got these big top names, right, the governor or the president, who do have tons of money to spend reminding people
Yes.
there's an election. And that trickles down, and people go out to vote for all of the candidates that are on the ballot, whether mayor or county commissioner, all of those things.
That's awesome. That's going to be great. So you got to, I was able to see the numbers, kind of like being involved, and you got the most black votes, how does that resonate with you that, that those group of people are looking towards you, and looking towards you to be their next mayor?
Well, it was a great honor to be respected in all of these neighbors so resoundingly. And I do think part of it was based on the work that I had done in the past. I've been very active in a lot of social justice and criminal justice reform issues that have been very meaningful to people, particularly the whole reform of how people got their driver's licenses suspended. I worked on that for 6 years. When I started, there were 900,000 people that had their licenses suspended. Now we're down to below 250,000. Well, guess where the bulk of those people were living, right? People were getting their licenses suspended because they were black. I think that's wrong. That's no way for a society to function. We need to be lifting people up, not pushing them down. By the way, these people weren't bad drivers. They were just behind on paying fines and fees. They were poor in many cases. And we certainly can't have a local government that punishes people when they're struggling economically. I certainly have been very well known for building affordable housing, which is a top priority for every neighborhood, especially black neighborhoods. And I've spoken very, robustly might be the word, about the fact that we can't be gentrifying the neighbors out of the neighborhood. We have to find a way to build, but build inclusively and make sure, particularly the younger folks, we want those neighborhoods to continue forever. And we want the essence of the neighborhood to remain, even as it improves, right? Sometimes there's an older building, you need to replace it, but we certainly don't want everything to be luxury, luxury, luxury. We have to be a city where people can live here, work here, and they can afford it.
Yes.
And that's been a big priority. So I was very grateful to know that the black neighborhoods were open to those ideas and open to supporting someone like me.
That's awesome. So, like you said, with the runoffs, you never know what you're going to get. In this specific case, there's a Democrat running against a Republican. So, it seems to be a wave now of people just not really happy with Republicans, and the Democrats are getting, the opportunities back, I would like to say, in a lot of cases. So how do you think that plays with you in the city of Miami?
Well, for me, it's very important that Democrats come out to vote. But I can tell you, you cannot become the mayor of the city of Miami if only Democrats vote for you. You have got to make sure that independents and Republicans come together. And the same will go for a Republican candidate. If they can't get Democrats and independents to vote for them, they will never win.
Right.
I am certainly relying on my Democratic brothers and sisters to show up at the polls. But I have represented for 8 years now a district that is primarily Republican. And so I have shown that when you get elected, or at least when I get elected, I don't serve some of the people, I serve all of the people. You do not get to work for the people who voted for you. You have to work for everyone. Well, I have a track record of that.
Right. Well, that's exactly, I was just about to say, that's something that you've ran on, being, wanting to be the mayor for everyone.
Yeah.
Which can be difficult, but it seems like you're up for the challenge.
One of the things I find so interesting about the city of Miami, I know it's easy to talk about partisan politics, but when you knock on somebody's door, I can guarantee you what they're going to say. They're going to say, it's too expensive to live here. My kids are struggling. They're all grown up. They're struggling to find an apartment they can rent. My insurance on my home is getting higher than I wish it could be. My street floods. And gosh, I wish that our economy was a little more diversified. Now, I can tell you those are the same things I'm going to hear on a Democratic House, an Independent House, a Republican House. So it's pretty easy when you say to people, this is all I've worked on as a county commissioner. And that's what I'm going to do as mayor, to bring people in to the fold, right? And be an inclusive mayor, not an exclusive mayor.
That's amazing. So in closing, we definitely want to get people to come out and vote. But what would you like to say, as the new mayor of the city of Miami, in a general sense, to your constituents? What is the resounding message you would like to leave now?
Well, I love this city. I live in this city. The potential energy of Miami is unbelievably strong. But we have been in a period of time where we've been so lucky to attract all kinds of outside companies coming here. But sometimes that has meant that the people living here are left behind and the affordability crisis has gotten worse for them. For me, that's going to be my focus. I'm going to continue to make sure our economy is strong. But the difference in the way I'm going to work at City Hall is I'm going to make sure that those opportunities are available for the people that already live here, not just the ones that are moving here.
Well, I want to thank you so much. Please look into that camera and let your constituents know that you want their vote.
Please. Don't forget, your vote is your voice. It's how you set the direction for the beautiful city of Miami. So December 9th is Election Day. Vote early or vote by mail. And please, it makes a big, big difference for your future.
All right, who they voting for?
Me, Eileen Higgins.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Papa Keith.